the Atlantis Massif on the mid-Atlantic ridge. It's a prominent undersea massif in the North Atlantic Ocean. We're going to take a look at this. The Atlantis Massif is an area on the The Atlantis Massif is on the Atlantis fracture zone, sitting on the mid-Atlantic ridge, partly south of the East Coast Seamount, the underwater volcanoes, 30 underwater volcanoes off east coast of Canada, United States, and also south of the Azores, which are volcanic islands, and all these here. Canary Islands are also volcanic islands, and we know that the mid-Atlantic ridge is a section of tectonics joining. That's an area where the spreading apart of the Earth is taking place, and it's an area of the North American continental plate, the African plate, and the Eurasian plate, a triple junction here. And this is the area of the Atlantis fracture zone that we're going to be talking about. And we can see that there's a lot of ridges here. This is the particular Atlantis fracture zone that we're talking about today, because we recently had a lot of earthquakes this past week, at least 7 mid-sized earthquakes, the latest one today being 5.3 from the north to the south of the mid-Atlantic ridge, as we can see here, all the way from the North Pole, from Svalbard up here, through Iceland, going all the way across the Azores. And we're going to take a look at the Atlantis fracture zone, and going all the way here, as you can see, all the way here, as you can see, a really big crack all the way down to the area of Antarctica. You could even say it goes along here, if you want to extrapolate it, going towards the Pacific, the Indian Ocean. Look at that. That's a huge crack in the Earth. Crack meaning there's magma under there. As we know that Iceland has a mantle plume underneath, and also here, all these things have hot magma underneath. The Atlantis Massif, Undersea Massif in the North Atlantic Ocean, a dome-shaped region about 10 miles across, rising about 14,000 feet from the seafloor, located about 30 degrees north latitude, 48 west longitude, east of the intersection of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge with Atlantis Transform Fault. The transform fault or transform boundary is a fault along a plate boundary where motion is predominantly horizontal, and it ends abruptly where it connects to another plate boundary, either another transform or spreading ridge or a subduction zone, as we have in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and where we're having the recent mid-sized earthquakes all along the ridge from north to south. It's believed that the massif was formed underneath the nearby Mid-Atlantic Ridge, but pulled from underneath the ridge during the movement of the plates about 1.5 to 2 million years ago. Geologic studies of the massif have indicated that it's not composed of the black basalt typical of ocean floor, but rather of dense periodite, usually found in the mantle. Now, the mantle is the Earth's layer of silicate rock between the crust and the outer core, and it has a mass of about 4.01 times 10 to the 24th kilograms. It must make up about 67% of the Earth, of the mass of the Earth. And it has a thickness of about 1,800 miles. The central dome is corrugated and striated in a way that is representative of exposed ultramafic ocean core complex. Ultramafic rocks are igneous and meta-igneous rocks with a very low silical content. An oceanic core complex, or megamullion, is a seabed geologic feature that forms a long ridge perpendicular to the mid-ocean ridge, and it contains smooth domes that are lined with transverse ridges like corrugated roof, as we saw on the Google map. The expedition to the area in 1996 made an important advance in the study of ocean floor. It found that a steeply sloping detached fault is associated with oceanic core complex structure. The dome was caused by mantle material being extruded to the surface, and another expedition discovered the Lost City hydrothermal field, often referred to simply as the Lost City, is an area of marine alkali hydrothermal vents located on the Atlantis Massif in the intersection between the Mid-Atlantic Ridge and the Atlantis Transform Fault in the Atlantic Ocean. And it's a long-lived site of active and inactive events. Now, it's near the summit of the ridge, and another expedition in 2016 targeted the Massif drilling cores. This, according to Wikipedia, details on Atlantis Massif of the mid-continental ridge. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.